Happy Monday, everybody. Andy and Steve from WagerTalk.com. We're going over the road to millions for this Monday, July 17th. We're a little bit late getting this video out. We're still waiting on a couple of lines to come out, and I just recorded an Open Championship video with Kelly Stewart, and really excited for this week. So we got a really good video today. What are we going to go over? We're going to do our weekend recap. Had a really nice weekend. We're going to go over what we're betting this week. We got a viewer question, and we, of course, have the streak of the day. If you're joining us for the first time, first off, thank you very much. If you haven't seen the original Road to Millions video, Monday, June 26th on the WagerTalk YouTube channel, that's the original video. If you haven't downloaded the free Bankroll Builder spreadsheet, the link is in the description of that video. That way you can track your bankroll with us. And we just want to remind everybody, our goal is to turn $1,000 into $1 million with the Road to Millions in 5 years. But we just want to remind everybody, we look at bankrolls like investment portfolios or retirement accounts. We're not gambling, we're investing. The average annual return on a 401k, I looked this up, is 5 to 8%. We're up 70% in 2023. So this is, Steve, this is the crux of what we're doing, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. It's just, you look at those numbers and it's undeniable that this is really just like you said, the crux of what we're doing with this.
It's an alternative to your 401k, IRA, investment. We think we can have better returns. So that's how we look at this. So, all right. First off, thanks everybody for joining us. Steve, let's get to the weekend recap. We had quite a few sports in play. Start with baseball. How'd we do?
And we had a pretty good weekend. We went 2-1 in the MLB game, just shy of 2 units. We rode the Rays over the weekend on the run line against the Kansas City Royals. They fell short for us yesterday. They didn't really have a chance in yesterday's game, but we won the first two. The first one looks like a no sweat with a 6-1, but it was actually 2-1 coming into the 8th inning, and it was dicey. But our MVP from the other team, Colin Snyder, 13 straight balls to come into he throws 13 straight balls to come into the game, walks the bases loaded. Of course, when that happens, we always say that if a guy walks the bases loaded, rally's coming around the corner, next guy gets a hit. They end up winning that one 6-1. Yesterday we could have went with a bigger bet and risked our weekend, what we had gained over the first 2 days of the weekend. But we tailed it down a little bit just to make sure we came out of the weekend with a profit, even though we had lost yesterday, which worked out really well because we did end up losing. But successful weekend, 2-1, a couple of units. We'll take it every weekend if we can.
Yeah, absolutely, especially coming out of the All-Star break. So we'll keep plugging away. 28, what is it, 28-12 or 28-13 in baseball? We are now number one in winning percentage in baseball bets for the year. We just crossed over number one. So really happy with that. What else do we have over the weekend? Shout out to the lacrosse department of the Road to Millions. Goes 2-0. Hits a monster plus money play. So that was awesome. Wimbledon. Really proud of Corbin for hedging the way he did with Alcaraz. He had Djokovic as a 5% play to win. We rode that play all the way through. He had a really good Wimbledon tournament. And then we took the plus 185 for a couple units, which really saved us. We ended up losing just a little bit on that play, but it's part of the Road to Millions. Is we like to hedge when we have these futures or these, kind of longer plays over a couple of weeks. We want to make sure that we kind of guarantee ourselves profit for the tournament. So that's what we did. Unfortunately, it didn't cash the 5%, but plus 185 at 2 units, really limited the damage there. Golf was really good. Very excited about that. 3-1 on golf, especially because we're going into the Open Championship, which we have a 5% play up for that. And UFC, we killed the line on the Alex Munoz, which was great. We cashed that one. And then we lost on the Jack Della Maddalena. That guy couldn't win inside the distance. So it was really frustrating. It goes to decision. He should have finished that guy. But overall, pretty good weekend. We're well into the profits for this week. And on Wednesday, we're going to do our bankroll reset day. So looking forward to that. All right, let's get into what are we betting this week. So, Steve, I'll just start. We got the 5% Open Championship play. That is up right now, as well as the UFC pack. So we're looking to build off of golf. I feel like I'm seeing golf really well on a 14-8 run. So we're gonna continue that. we're going to invest more in golf because it seems to be going pretty well. UFC, we had a cold streak for a while there, but I'm feeling much better about our UFC reads. We read them really, really good last week. And then our UFC video is up on the Wager Talk YouTube channel if you want to see me and Nathan break down the full card for this week. So those plays are up right now. I think we're not really focusing on player props in MLB right now, Steve, right? We're just kind of looking at, staying away. I noticed Ohtani was like minus 155 for his hits, runs, RBIs. I feel like some of these guys are getting juiced, so we're just sticking with these run lines and money lines, right?
Yeah, and some of these guys too have the hits plus runs plus RBIs category that we had done so well with. Some of these guys have moved up to 2.5 now on the second half of the season, which makes it a whole different story where it's kind of a lot tougher to get it done with just one swing of the bat. But I think we have a good course outlined for the week as far as sides and maybe some potential team totals that we looked at as well. But yeah, we look at the whole week and we have a nice course outlined. I feel like we did last week, and that's what's been successful for us over this MLB run over the past 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah, I really like how we've gotten out ahead of it. I mean, we know we're going to be betting for the next week. We already know that. So we just
Yeah.
wait for the lines to come out and put them up. So we still have that pass, the promo code that is up, Andy365. It takes 50% off 1 year all access. This is a smoking deal. We'll run it for a few more weeks. Want to give you guys a chance to get it. But if you're playing month to month, week to week, I know it's a bigger chunk of money, but over the course of the year, it's going to save you a lot. So we want to leave it. We want to leave it up there. Let you guys have a few more weeks to try and jump on it, but can't recommend it enough. Promo code Andy365 takes 50% off 1 year, all access, all plays, 5%, everything like that. So, all right, we do have a viewer question. So I kind of had to reword it. Clay. At Clay Evans 6795. So he asked a couple questions, and we do get this every once in a while. So I had to kind of reword it. This is the basic crux of it. If I start with 1,000 and I also have to purchase picks each month, what percentage more is needed to reach that goal? So thank you for the question, Clay. So our goal is 3% a week. I've covered this in a couple videos, but let's revisit it. For this Road to Millions, we go back to the rules, and the rules that we follow. Number 4, do not pull money out of the bankroll. Purchasing picks, for me, the way that I have kind of designed this needs to come from somewhere else. We do not pull money out of the bankroll. I have a Roth IRA, and I have to pay my financial advisor, and I just pay him separately. So all the money that is in the Roth IRA, it just stays there, and then I pay him separately. This is kind of the exact same way. So your bankroll is sacred. We don't touch it. We don't pull money out. That's what this is all about, is not taking money out. So you start with your original bankroll, and then the money that you're spending on picks has to come from somewhere else. So if you pull money out of the bankroll, it just makes it so much harder, and you're really, really fighting an uphill battle. So that's my recommendation, and that's kind of how we design this. So I know it sounds like a little bit of a financial strain, and I understand that you're purchasing plays every week and every month. It's one of the reasons why we want to run this year-long promo code, so you just get one-time purchase and you get a year's worth of play. So I don't know, Steve, anything you want to add to this? I kind of go back to this slide of the 401k, 5 to 8%. When we're up pretty big on here. What anything to add to this?
Yeah, just about the not pulling money out of the bankroll. It's if you pull money out, then it makes it impossible to the whole point of this is that you keep raising your bets as time goes along. You keep playing the same percentages, but the size of your bet is increasing as time goes along. And if you pull money out of the bankroll, it's impossible to do that. So you're never going to grow that way. You're never going to grow. And it's just a lot easier to sit back and play it safe.
Yeah. And we hope that your bankroll is just a one-time investment. Like we started with 1,000. We hope we don't go broke. So we hope you're not having to continually put more money into your bankroll. You absolutely can. From if I look at it like a 401k or a Roth IRA, I'm having to put money in every month. So with this, we're hoping that you don't have to put more money into your bankroll, that we can just build it kind of like how compound interest works. So that's kind of the financials and the numbers behind that one. So Clay, if you need me to expand on it a little bit more, if you got any more questions, please leave it in the comments section. Thank you for asking the question. Guys, any more questions, please leave them in the comments. We're happy to answer them. So alrighty. You want to get to the streak of the day here, Steve? Normally we do a player prop. We're going to do an actual team. We got a pitcher returning who we haven't seen in a while. This is a play that just barely missed our card. Didn't quite make it there, but jumped off the page. Was intriguing. But let's talk about the Baltimore Orioles, because there was a couple plays that we were looking at with this one, but in the end, didn't make our card. So talk to us about the Orioles today, Steve.
Well, generally, we're looking to fade a bad team as opposed to riding a hot streak. But the Orioles have been so hot with 8 straight wins that we had to look in their direction. The money line set at -120 here. But the problem is Grayson Rodriguez is returning for the Orioles today. The rookie, he's a coveted rookie, but he struggled in his before he got injured in May. He had struggled with an ERA above 7 over the course of 45 plus innings. On top of that, they're playing the Dodgers. The Dodgers have been pretty hot themselves, winning 7 of their last 10. You got Sheehan on the mound. He's been solid outside of his last outing. It's just, there's just enough here to, with Rodriguez on the mound in his first start back, coming off the injury, I just can't look the Orioles' way here, even though they're on the hot streak, even though they're on the 8-game winning streak.
I would even say there's a couple more things pointing us towards the Dodgers. Talked about Rodriguez returning. Yesterday was Sunday. How did the Dodgers do?
Lost.
On a Sunday. Today is Monday. Monday and Tuesdays are the 2 best days of the week for the Dodgers. I feel like they're just kind of doing their normal thing, which is they lose a close game on Sunday. They probably come back and win at least one of the games tonight or tomorrow. If you're following this trend, we talked about this on WagerTalk today about how there are just certain days of the week where teams play terrible and play better. So I also think that strange that strange trend fits here, right?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, some of those trends I personally don't believe in, but this one with the Dodgers, there's something to it because, they're a veteran team, and it just makes sense that they kind of would not lay down on a Sunday, but give it a little bit of a less of an effort, especially if it's a game where they're going to be hitting the road right after that or something like that. Then they come back home or they start a new series and they're fresh. They might have taken one day off, so it's a Tuesday game where they at least gotten the weekend behind them. For a veteran team like that, taking Sundays off isn't really a big surprise.
We're going to keep tracking this because it's fascinating. I'm with you. Some of these streaks and trends, you're like, whatever. It's getting to be a pretty big sample size for this, really.
Yeah, 100%. That's the numbers that we had looked at those with like the Sunday games. They're just horrible in that situation. And then, like you said, if they don't play on Monday, then they're winning on Tuesday. And if they do play Monday, that's when they start picking it back up again.
Yeah, absolutely. So, all right, guys, just a quick little recap here. Plays that are up. It's $9 Monday, so you can grab both of these for $9. If you don't have the weekly or year-long subscription, no brainer on the 5% Open Championship play. Go grab that. It's only $9. UFC pack, 2 plays that are up now. My favorite thing about last week's UFC play is when we locked it in, I think it was -135. By the time the fight happened, it was -215. That's a monster way to beat the line. And the 2 plays that we put in, we got the best line. So if you want, and they're moving, so get the play. We put the line parameters in the write-up, but if you want to get the UFC plays, make sure you get them right now. So, all right, guys, we got a really, really nice week of bets here. We're back to full MLB, the Open Championship. I'm very excited for. Those should be good profits. Lacrosse is off to a 2-0 week, so looking forward to bringing those profits in. I don't believe we're going to have tennis this week since we're done with Wimbledon, but we're back with UFC and everything else. So remember, trying to make our 3% per week. I think we can do a little bit. I think we're going to be up more than 3% this week. So we'll do that on Wednesday, and then looking forward to a big week after that with especially with the 5% Open Championship. So let's have a great Monday. Let's get off to a really good start. Thanks for joining us, guys, and we will see everyone tomorrow on the Road to Millions.